I think we're ready to go. Good evening, everybody. My name is Ronan Wiseman. I'm the Technical Director for Long Island Junior Soccer League. I'd like to welcome all of you to tonight's webinar as part of our Soccer at Home initiatives. Tonight, we're lucky to have Tim Parker and Sean Nealis from the New York Red Bulls to talk to us about what they're doing at home to be ready for the upcoming season and also to answer some of your questions. Welcome, guys. Thanks for spending some time with us tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So before we get into what you guys are doing at the moment, can you give us a little background of where you started as a soccer player to bring you to where you are now? Tim, could we start with you?
Yeah, sure. I grew up playing for the Hicksville American Soccer Club from when I was about 2 years old. My older brother started playing. He's a year and a half older than me, so he started playing when he was about 4 years old. So I started playing when he did, and I played for Hicksville. I played in the Long Island Junior Soccer League for a bunch of years, probably like 15 years or so, until I ended up making the move to Albertson Academy. That was the year before I went to college. So a lot of the teammates that I had that played for Hicksville up until that year went off to college, so we combined with Albertson to join the academy at the time, just to get ready before we went to the college soccer season.
And you ended up, so after your high school season and your academy season, where did you end up playing after that?
Yeah, so then I was fortunate enough to attend St. John's University in Jamaica, Queens. I played there for 4 years, and after my 4 years there, I got drafted to the Vancouver Whitecaps. I played 3 seasons there, and now I found myself back in New York. And I've been here. This is going to be my 3rd season in New York.
All right, back home again, huh?
Yeah.
Very good. Thanks, Tim. Sean, what about your pathway?
Yeah, similar to Tim, my older brothers were both playing for Massapequa when I was very young, and I followed in their footsteps. I started playing for Massapequa when I was about 6 or 7. And we had the travel club a few years later. I stuck with them all through middle school, high school, and then I ended up going to play college at Hofstra University in Hempstead. I loved playing, and for Massapequa, we played in the Long Island Junior Soccer League. We went to various tournaments, the Jefferson Cup, Disney Cup. Had a lot of great memories there, great teammates. And afterwards, I played at Hofstra for Richie Nuttall. Loved it there. And last year I got drafted by the New York Red Bulls, and this will be my 2nd year on the team.
Very good. Good stuff. You've been in the area all the time.
Excuse me? Sorry.
In the area, you went to high school here, you played club ball here, you played college here, and now you're playing pro here.
Yeah, ride or die with New York. Ride or die.
So I understand that you got some questions that came in from our attendees that you guys are going to ask one another. So I'm going to step aside for now and let you guys begin. So Sean, would you like to start with your questions for Tim?
Yes, sir. Tim, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
This one's from Sean Alnwick from the Village of the Branch Titans. How did you schedule your off season, and how long would those sessions be?
After the seasons, usually I try to take about 2 to 3 weeks to give myself time to recover, just because it's such a long season, the MLS season. But then once that 2 to 3 weeks is over of kind of vacationing and spending some time with friends and family, I try to get right back into it. And whether that's on the ball, in the gym, or on the track, I usually try to work out for around an hour at a time. And I usually try to do that at least 3 to 4 times a week.
Nice. Next question is from Jonathan Sapienza from Plain Edge SC. Are you guys ready for next season? And how do you think this time apart will help or hurt you?
Yeah, I think we're ready. I think we were really excited when the season was starting to kick off. Unfortunately, we've taken a little hiatus in the middle of this season, but I think we're definitely ready. I think this time apart, hopefully for some guys, it gives guys some more time to recover from injuries and some more guys to work on some things that they weren't able to work on in the off season.
Nice. From Thomas Nardella of Floral Park Wolfpack. How and when did you know you wanted to play defense?
To be fair, I don't think I wanted to play defense until a coach put me there and told me that's where I would be good. So I played like right midfield for a long time when I was a kid until my coach at the time, Gary Nemeth, put me as a center back, and that's where I ended up. Nealis, what about you? How did you end up in the back?
I always wanted to play defense. There's a love for it, you know. There's an art of defending, so that's where I come
Fair
in.
enough.
The next question is from Marvin Zong of Great Neck Soccer Club. What division of Long Island Junior Soccer League did you play when you were young, and for what club?
Yeah, so I played for Hicksville through and through. You know, big Hicksville guy, and we were usually Division One. We were Division One, and then we went to the Premier League when the chance became available.
Massapequa always gave it to Hicksville, so it was all good. From Jason Carroll, East ISL FC. What age you? You said 7 years old. So we'll go to the next question from Ryan Kinsella of Massapequa. He's a good guy right here. I am U11 central defender. So what should I work on? My head work, or my footwork?
I'd say it's a combination, Ryan. You know, I think with your head, I think there'll come a time and place for you to start becoming good in aerial duels. But I think at the moment you should be working on your footwork and just getting to know as much as you can about the game. I think that's going to play a big part in your development.
Next question is from Michelle, age 12 of New Hyde Park Soccer Club. What is it like trying out for the U.S. national team?
It's an honor. You know, I think whenever being able to get called in a couple of different times on a couple of different occasions, it's really cool. You know, I think it's being able to play at the highest level for what I can play at. So I think being able to represent your country is it's quite an honor.
You still have that jersey from the U.S. national team?
Yeah, I gave it to my dad. He got my debut kit.
That's cool. From Jonathan, age 12 of Rockville Center Soccer Club. How did having a brother who played soccer help you develop?
Yeah, you know, I think obviously my brother being older than me, I was always trying to play with him and his friends. So I think from a young age, I was able to play with older kids, and I think that obviously helped my development in terms of maybe me being smaller or slower or something like that at the time. But it just put me in a class that was a little bit different at the time. So I was always wanting to play with him and his friends. John,
Yeah,
you got the same thing. You got two older brothers, so.
Yeah, I'd say there's a competitive fire in kind of everything you do throughout the household, and especially in soccer. We were all playing. We all wanted to be the best, and yeah, like you said, it only just made you better. And this one's from Caitlin, age 13 of Levittown Soccer Club. What is the best part of growing up on Long Island?
Oh, being able to brag that you grew up on Long Island. I think obviously being from Long Island, it hits home for me. Being from there and being able to connect with everyone from Long Island. You know, I think there's a lot of people that in sports and in all aspects of life that have ties to Long Island. So it's really cool to say that you're from there.
Yeah, there's no place like Long Island. From Stephanie, age 11 of Oceanside. At what age did you just specialize in only soccer?
To be honest, I don't think I ever did. I played lacrosse up until I was a senior in high school. So I was always playing two sports. I started playing lacrosse when I was in about third grade, and soccer and lacrosse kind of went in two different seasons for me. So I was able to play both all the way until I graduated high school, and then college was when I first kind of started specializing in soccer. Nealis, what about you? Played basketball?
Yeah, basketball and baseball growing up, and I still play as much basketball as I can right now, especially in the quarantine, beating my brother out in the driveway. So
there you go.
Never really specialized yet. This next one's from Alex, age 7 of Hicksville. What is your favorite video game, and for PlayStation or Xbox?
Alex, Hicksville guy. Yeah, I'm an Xbox guy. Currently, my favorite Xbox game is Call of Duty. I think a lot of people know what that is at the time. But I also enjoy playing some sports games, so some Madden, some Rory McIlroy golf, and some NHL as well. I try to stay away from FIFA.
It's the only game I play. From Michaela, age 9 of Syosset. Do you have any pregame rituals?
I think a little bit. I wouldn't say they're superstitions or anything like that, but I think I do try to do some certain things before games to get myself focused in terms of like visualization, preparing my body the right way. The way I go about my routines in the morning is it's a big part of how I want to prep my body to play.
Any ideal meal before the game?
Usually I try to just eat a big breakfast, and I try to go light on the lunch, especially for a night game. I usually just try to eat a big breakfast, omelet, something like that, and then usually that carries me over for the whole day.
And the last question from Julia of Levittown. What was your favorite part of playing soccer on Long Island?
I think the relationships I made, definitely, and then obviously, beating up on Massapequa Soccer Club a lot. That was always good. But yeah, I think my favorite part about playing soccer on Long Island was definitely the relationships I made with so many different people from all over Long Island. Winning a couple state cups. Those were all some of my favorite things about it.
Yeah, I agree. I think you have some questions now.
Yep. Now I got some questions for Sean from Ian, age 14, Harborfield Soccer Club. I'm hoping to play college ball at some point. What has the transition been like from college to pro?
Well, Ian, it's been a great transition. I wouldn't want to do anything else right now, but when I went from college to pro, you become the big fish in the small pond to the small fish in the big pond. You got to start back from square one and really just instill a greater work ethic, because everyone's so much better. Everyone's mentally so much more engaged. And yeah, you just need to continue to have that drive, and hopefully you get there.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd say the mental approach is the hardest thing, because you notice that when you get to the pro level, it's fighting for livelihood, not so much just playing time at that point anymore. You're fighting for paychecks and for money to feed families and whatnot. The next question from Sam, age 14, Auburndale Soccer Club. What's your favorite memory as a youth player my age?
I would say just traveling to tournaments with some of the guys. I mean, I know it's kind of gruesome playing 2-3 games a day, or 3 or 4 games a weekend, but the memories you make last a lifetime, and I'm still friends with most of those guys today. So I loved it, and I wouldn't want to take it back. What about you?
Yeah, I'd say, traveling for the tournaments was the best part. I think being in the hotel with all the guys and having those kind of memories is something that definitely lasts a long time, like you said. We got another one from Junior, age 15, East Islip Soccer Club. What changes did you first notice when going from high school / club soccer to college soccer?
Yeah, I would just say the pace of everyone's bigger, stronger. Everyone's better mentally. Everyone's just better on the ball technically. So in high school club, just try to work on a little bit of everything. Try to work on your foot skills as much as possible, as well as just your physical conditioning, because in college, everyone's going to be bigger, faster, stronger.
Yeah, I'd agree. That all makes sense. Here we go. We got a Massapequa guy from Thomas, Massapequa Soccer Club. What was it like being drafted by the Red Bulls?
Yeah, it was amazing. Hometown club. I actually have a ball somewhere in my room of I was at a Red Bulls game when I was very young. Got some signatures. I guess it's a dream come true, you could say. And I love being a part of the Red Bulls. It's a great organization, and hopefully many more years to come. What about you, Tim? What's it like going back to the Red Bulls?
Man, it was really cool. You know, I think the opportunity to come back to New York and to be close with my family and friends and everything, it was a dream come true to be able to come back and play in front of those guys. So it's been a cool experience so far, for sure. From Dempsey, age 9, Garden City. What was your favorite moment at Hofstra?
Favorite moment, I would say my freshman year, we won the CAA championship, and just collectively, it was such a moment to celebrate. I love being a part of that team. And again, it was a memory that it's going to last a lifetime, friends that are going to last a lifetime. Tim, you ever win at St. John's, Big East?
Dude, we won the Big East tournament my freshman year. You know, we've gone to NCAA's 3 of the 4 years I was there. So it was definitely a great career at St. John's for me. And like you said earlier, like I think the bonds you make with those teammates at that time are something that goes a long, long way.
Yeah.
Here we go. Aaron, age 7, Massapequa Soccer Club. Who is your favorite brother?
I would say Connor next door, because I beat up him on driveway basketball all the time. So just practice outside.
All
Easy.
right. There you go. From Sean Almwick, Village of the Branch Titans. Are you able to play in USL League 2/PDL during the summer or NPSL?
No, I don't believe so, but I'll double check the rules and get back to you sometime.
From Jonathan Sapienza, Plain Edge SC. Are you guys ready for next season? How do you think this time apart will help or hurt you? So same question as before, but just at you.
Yeah, I think we're staying ready this season. We've been doing a lot of Zoom classes together. We've been all running, sending our fitness trainer our respective runs every day. And I think the time apart is just making us more hungry to get back to playing. I know Tim wants to play. All the other guys are ready to start playing whenever we're back to normalcy. And yeah, I think we're ready.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think we're all starting to miss each other as much as we pretend like we're not. From Jason Carroll, East Islip Soccer Club. What is your favorite part of soccer?
I would just say the games and the practice, just playing and winning. That's why you play. You play to win the game, and yeah, I love it. And as I've said in the previous question, I miss it. So hopefully we're back soon.
Tackling for me, Jason. Love a good tackle.
Some red cards for Tim.
From Ryan Kinsella, Massapequa, U11, Kaiser Chiefs. I am 10 years old. Should I play soccer year round? I really love it, but is it too much? Thank you.
No, you're only 10. Go play some basketball, play some baseball or lacrosse, whatever. Don't specialize too early. I don't think so. I don't think you should be doing that. But yeah, just try some other sports out, see what you really enjoy, and then take things from there.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think it's good to get your feet wet in other sports. This way, it just helps you further down the line. It just makes you a little bit more versatile. From Steven, age 11, Franklin Square, Xbox or PlayStation? What's your favorite game? Who is better, you or Tim?
Yeah, I would say FIFA. I said earlier for PS4, and we've never played, so maybe we'll do that when we get back, and we'll get back to you.
Yeah, who is that? Steven, we'll let you know. From Abraham, age 12, what would you say to parents of players who are always yelling on the sideline? How do you deal with that?
I reffed a few times, and I reffed a few younger games. I like LIJSL games when I was younger. I just try to kill them with kindness, you know. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, I think when I was younger, I was probably a little bit more of a brat than I was now. So I think I probably used to talk back a little bit if we were winning, but if we were losing, I stayed away from it. From Alexa, age 11, Albertson Soccer Club. What advice do you have for players to get better during #StayAtHome?
Yeah, just be smart and try to work out in the confines of your own home. I know there's plenty of YouTube videos and whatnot of at-home workouts that you could do, and just staying in shape and being ready. And once you get back, you'll have a greater drive and determination to practice all you want and practice after practice and practice before.
Yeah, I think what you said is right. Like, there's plenty of stuff that you can do, like in the confines of your own home, without breaking anything. So, whether that's little footwork drills, little stuff with the ball, maybe not with a full pumped ball, because that's how things can break. But from Kara, age 7, Stony Brook, what other sports teams do you follow? Big Blue.
Me and Tim, both big Giants fans.
Big Giants fans.
Being from New York, Knicks fan and New York Islanders. So that's me. And then the Red Bulls, obviously.
Yeah, big Giant fan, like he said, and the Rangers. The Rangers for me. Big Jers fan. From Cooper, age 10, Wantar Seaford, Ronaldo or Messi, and why?
I would say Messi, because he's just once in a generation type player, and he's just a magician on the ball. What about you? What would you say?
Yeah, I like Ronaldo. I think obviously Ronaldo is also once in a generation type player, but he's also worked very, very, very hard to get where he is. So I definitely respect his grind.
Yep.
From Avery, age 14, Levittown Soccer Club. What high school soccer team did you play for? Who were your rivals?
Played for Massapequa, obviously. Whenever we played Hicksville, we beat them pretty handily. So they weren't really a rival. Farmingdale was kind of a rival, but we beat them kind of handily. I would say Syosset was more of a big rival. And then, obviously, like I said, my junior year, we won the states. Tim, what about you?
Yeah, I would say Massapequa, but we won counties that year pretty easily. And then my senior year, we beat Massapequa like 3-0 on their home field, but then we lost in the playoffs, unlucky. I think that's the year you guys went to win states, but we beat you earlier that year. All right, next question. Brian, age 11, Mets or Yankees?
Mets, easily.
Yeah, I'm a Yankee fan, but I'm not a big baseball guy, so I don't really pick or choose. But I'd go to either game. To be fair, I think baseball live is way better than on TV.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Sam, age 11, do you carpool with Coach Chris Armis? There you go.
No, I'm in a house in New Jersey, but I'll ask him one of these days when we're back if he could, if he wants to carpool. But I know he gets up real early to beat the traffic.
Yeah, Coach Armis gets up very early to beat the traffic, that's for sure. It's a long ride from Long Island to our training facility. Jason S. From Jason S. Let's see, Whitestone or Throgs Neck Bridge? I'm a Throgs Neck guy.
Yeah, I would say the Throgs Neck. Even though the Bell Parkway is terrible, I would say the Throgs Neck.
Yeah, Throgs Neck for sure. But all right, here we go. We got one more coming in. All right. Yeah. Who is your favorite EPL team?
I would say Man City. I was a big Company supporter. Yeah, I was a big fan of Company, so I would say Man City. But then, yeah, Tim, who do you support?
Yeah, I'm a Spurs fan. I don't know why, because I'm a big John Terry fan. John Terry was my favorite player growing up. But I fell into being a Spurs fan because I used to have one of those PSPs when I was a little kid. So I used to play with Aaron Lennon and Gareth Bale on the wings, and I thought that was fun. Let's see. Oh God, here we go. We got one from Jimmy, Pat Jog Medford. If you could bring any Red Bull New York player, if you could bring back any Red Bull New York player, who would it be and why?
I'd bring back Ibra. I'd see what he's like in his prime. He makes all these excuses now that he's too old, so I want to see what he's like in his prime.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think I'd bring back Clint Mathis. Clint Mathis would be cool to play with. I think that was a young age for me getting to watch him play, so I'd love to see what he would be able to do now.
Yeah.
All right, we got a couple more questions here. These are for the both of us. What's your fondest memory of club soccer?
Fondest memory. I would say the tournaments, but also driving all the way to New Jersey every other weekend in high school for a few soccer games. I forgot which league it was, but we were always driving to New Jersey, and I just remember those carpools.
Yeah, I think my fondest memory, probably winning regionals for the first time when I was part of the Hicksville club. I think it just meant so much to everyone involved because we were together for so long. So when we finally were able to win it, it was really cool.
Yeah.
What's the best advice you've received from a youth coach?
Best advice from a youth coach, I would just say, just put in a little time after every practice on working on your foot skills, because I never specialized in soccer growing up, and well, a bunch of other guys would play soccer all year round and they'd have a leg up on me. So he would tell me, put in 10, 15 minutes every day and just work on your foot skills.
Yeah, I think the best advice I ever received was don't let your bad days still have to be good in the eyes of someone who's never seen you play. So even when you have a bad day, someone who's never seen you play should still think that you had a good day. And I think that's something that I've tried to take with me throughout my career. Is that exact kind of statement?
Yeah,
Oh, here we go. Who would win in an aerial duel? That's me, all day, every day.
No shot. No shot.
Until Nealis proves it
back.
otherwise. Who is the funniest teammate on Red Bull? And
last year I would say it was Connor, but
yeah. Now I don't know. I think Tom Barlow's funny. Tom Barlow's good.
Ryan's up there.
Yeah, Barlow's got to be up there for me. Did you go to summer soccer camps, Nealis?
When I was very young, yeah. Then as I started getting older, I started working the summer as a lifeguard. What about you?
Yeah. I went to some when I was a younger kid, and then obviously more as college became closer. Started going to like little college like ID camps and stuff like that. But I also had summer jobs growing up, so I know that grind. Who is the most difficult player to defend on Red Bull?
Ooh.
It's a good question.
Maybe think about this one for a minute. I mean, as a defender, you're not really scared of anybody, but I would say Kaku, he's most technical, so he could kind of maneuver his way out of things.
Yeah, I'd say Kaku's really tough to play against. Man, who else? I think Danny's tough to play against just because his finishing ability is so high. So he's always a headache to play against.
Yeah.
But I think it looks like that might be it for the questions. I think. Guys, thank you for your questions. We hope we were able to answer them all. If you guys got anything else for us, maybe we'll get a chance at the end of the show, maybe to
don't worry. When we're back, we'll have a video of me beating Tim in an aerial challenge.
People can write their questions in, but I've got, as I was listening to you two guys, so you're both playing with New York Red Bulls, you both have similar backgrounds, and you're playing for a coach with a similar background as you guys and upbringing. What's it like to play for Coach Honest?
It's awesome. You know, I think we always get this. Chris is obviously a very intense coach, and he values kind of work ethic and just honesty. So for us, I think that's kind of what we grew up being a part of and doing. So it's pretty easy. It's a pretty easy transition for us to kind of play for him, and we respect him because of not only his background but also his playing career and everything that he had to go for him, but because that's kind of what I think we've kind of been built on growing up.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And to compound what he said, he's very meticulous with details, and we love that. You want to get better, and you want to get 1% better each day. And, you know, a little bit can make or break a game, and he's always very meticulous with that certain detail that will help us win the game. And just by looking at his credentials, he should be there, and he's a great coach.
Good stuff. Okay, thanks for those answers, guys. Some entertaining stuff. It's funny how Massapequa always beat Hicksville and Hicksville always beat Massapequa somehow. I don't know how that works, but
you just got to check the books.
Okay, we've got some live questions coming in that I will ask you guys. So, Tim, first question to you. Who are the most influential people for your playing career, and what lessons did they teach you?
Yeah, I think it's probably a little bit of a combination of a couple different coaches growing up. My youth coach, Gary Nemeth, was a big, obviously very, very influential for me because he coached me for so many years. He's actually the one that made me start playing center back. So he'll probably take a lot of credit for my career when it's all said and done. But yeah, I think, you know, he taught me a lot over the years. He taught me how to be a leader, how to lead by example, how to play center back the right way. He enjoyed the English style. So I think that's where I get a little bit of my style from, even though he was a Man U fan. And then when I got to college, I think the combination of Dave Mazur at St. John's and Jeff Mateo at St. John's, both of them were huge for my development in those couple of years that I got to play with them. They taught me so much about the game, whether it was during film, footwork wise, getting a little extra nudge on someone when you had to do it. I think all the things that I learned there, I've been able to transfer to the professional game.
Very good. Okay, to you, Sean. What was the most challenging time you had to overcome in your youth career, and how did you overcome it?
Yeah, the most challenging time, I would say, during my sophomore year of high school. In the spring, in a game, I broke my collarbone. I was out for a few months, like the summer leading up to the junior year. And I was very bummed because everyone knows your junior year is kind of the main year. You're looking at colleges and trying to get recruited. So I knew I just had to increase my drive and work ethic and just get back to where I needed to be. And I remember when I broke my collarbone, I was very down when it actually happened, but it was kind of a blessing in disguise because it helped me just realize how much I needed to work, how much I needed to improve.
Okay, good. So, Coach Nutter persevered with you even though you had a broken collarbone.
Yeah.
Tim, back to you. What was the worst feedback you ever received from a coach, and how did you respond to it?
Ooh, it might have been when I was trying to go to college. I was obviously sending out emails to colleges for them to come watch me play. And one of the worst feedbacks I got was school telling me I wasn't good enough, and it happened to be me and my dad's dream school. So them obviously telling me I wasn't good enough. It was Notre Dame at the time. It hurt. It hurt a lot. And, you know, I kind of made it a point to kind of prove them wrong, and I think I've proved my point to a certain extent.
Do you ever go to them now and say, and just tell them, look what you missed out on?
we got to beat them the first year in the Big East, so it was an extra jab for me at that point.
There you go. Good. Okay, Sean. Tell us about your first MLS goal. What was it like, and what do you remember most?
Yeah, we were playing at FC Dallas in the spring of last year, and we had a corner kick. We were tied 1-1, and for some reason Amir went short to get the corner kick. It wasn't even a short kick supposed to be, but Amir was open, and he was in between a shot and a cross. It was more of a shot. And
it was a great header.
It was. If you want to ask anybody, I said I didn't mean to get my head, but I know I got my head on it for a reason. And it just went in the back of the net, and it was the game winner. So it felt good.
Very good. Very good. They all count. Tim. Okay, Tim. Antoine Griezmann, Kylian Mbappe, Olivier Giroud. How do you mentally prepare, and what did the experience teach you?
It's very hard to mentally prepare for that threesome. Obviously, I think it was really hard to mentally prepare. I think for the most part, you just wanted to do your best by the team and the guys that were surrounding me at that time. So I wanted to make sure I was doing my job, keeping tabs on all three of them, communicating to everyone around me. And that experience taught me a lot. You know, I think it shows like what level these guys are able to play at day in and day out, and how far as a country the United States has come in order to go to France and be able to get a tie there and right before they go off to the World Cup. But it also shows that we got a little bit further to grow as a soccer nation. So I'm hoping that as generations come and as you guys grow up and you guys are watching these guys play, you guys are learning, and hopefully you guys can take their shoes one day.
Very good. Okay, Sean. Excuse me. What players inspired you as a youth player, and were you always a defender?
Yeah, I was always a defender, and I would say on the international level, it was Company, as I've said, and Sergio Ramos. They're kind of hard-nosed defenders, and they're very smart and tactical in what they do. And then on a domestic level, I would say Jay Demerit. He was international as well, but his story is kind of amazing when you watch it, and I think anybody can relate to him. More people can relate to him than a Messi or Ronaldo. So his story is amazing.
Very good. Okay, Tim, back to you. So this question comes in from Dad at the Parker household. Can you tell us about your favorite family vacation?
Oh, what a good question, Dad. Yeah, I think my favorite family vacation I took with my family. Let's see, it might have been down to Aruba. You know, I think I was able to go down to Aruba with my family a couple of times when I was growing up, and we just always had a good time down there. The combination of the weather, the pool, the beach, restaurants, we were able to fully enjoy it. And my brother, we were able to laugh at him because he always got really bad sunburn. So that made it all the better.
Very good. Okay, Sean. From your brother in Union City, Jimmy, are all of your teeth real?
Most of my teeth are real. Some of them are not because I enjoyed a 21st birthday a little too hard. So lesson learned to everyone out there. Learn from my lesson.
Okay, I'm not going to ask for details on that one, but okay. All right, very good. All right. Tim, from Kevin at the Parker household, can you tell us about your first time trying oysters?
Yeah, I think it didn't result all that well. I think I probably just spit it into a napkin and put it back on the table. I'm sure everyone had a good laugh about that, and I'm sure that story will stick with them for a long time.
Was this part of the vacation in Aruba?
No. Yeah. No, this wasn't in Aruba, but I can't remember where exactly we were. But my mom and my dad and my brother were laughing pretty hard. My mom was a little upset that I spit it back on the table.
As mothers would be. Okay, Sean, from Dylan, your brother in Miami. I heard during Christmas you and your brothers compete in games. Which brothers usually win?
I usually beat them at everything. I'm bigger, faster, and stronger than all of them. So this is kind of obvious. Doesn't matter what it is.
It's kind of convenient that they don't have any comeback to that answer, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we could ask them at a different point, but it's pretty obvious.
Okay, very good. Tim, from Dr. Mazer at St. John's University. What was the biggest transition from playing with Vancouver when coming to Red Bulls, and what was something that was different on the field?
Yeah, I think coming to Red Bulls, obviously we play such an intense style, a pressing style all over the field. When I was in Vancouver, it was more of kind of a sit back and defend the box, and with counters with quick wingers and quick attackers. So coming here is a lot. It was a big difference to kind of being put in awkward situations as a center back and as a defender in general. And then the demand for organization and to use your voice is huge in our system, because we have to be able to organize and tell everyone around us what we need them to do to set us up for success. So I'd say definitely the system in which Red Bull plays is very demanding for center backs.
Very good. Sean, from Coach Richie Nuttall at Hofstra, what truly brought you to the next level?
Yeah, at Hofstra, I had a lot of great coaches, a lot of great teammates. They helped create a drive in me, discipline and work ethic that kind of helped me get to this next level. I want to thank them very much for that. And I think just having that drive, that work ethic, as I've said, is very important for anyone trying to get to the next level. As me and Tim we're both from Long Island, so it's possible, and I think anybody that's watching this platform can do it.
Very good. Okay, we've got some other questions that have come in. So from Christina Vargas, how much are you practicing during this time? For both of you guys.
Yeah, I think it's trying to practice as much as we can. You know, I think right now a lot of it's kind of within the confines of our apartments or houses. So for me, it's a lot of little things. I don't have a lot of space to kind of run around in, but I'm trying to do the best I can to stay in shape and try to touch the ball as much as I can.
Okay. Sean?
Yeah, I think I agree. It's just doing little things. You don't want to do anything to harm anybody else, going to a park or anything as of now, but I think there's enough online, and we have Zoom classes to stay in shape together, and we've been running a lot. So I think once we get back, we'll just be even more driven and even hungrier.
Is it a combination, or is it more fitness than ball work, or an even combination of both? You know, with restricted space. If you have a treadmill, I'm sure that helps. But what's the focus? Is it more on the fitness side of things, or the technical side of things?
It's a little bit of both. I think for a lot of the guys that have access to fields, and fields obviously that you can properly social distance on. If you're able to bring a ball out, that's the best, because our strength coach gives us two options. It's guys that have access to fields and a soccer ball, and guys that have no access to a field and no soccer ball. So they give us both options, and maybe once a week you try to do. I mean, it's tough depending upon where you are, but I think having both options is definitely ideal.
Right. Okay. Tim, this one's for you from Kevin Parker. Who is taller, you or your brother?
My brother is taller than me, but I've been able to beat him up since I was in about 8th grade. So that goes a long way for me.
Okay. Okay, Leo Becker. What advice would you tell your younger self that would help you to get to the pros?
Nealis, you want to take this one?
Yeah,
Advice?
I would say just put in the work. It's easy as that. There's so many stupid things, whether I'm playing on my phone or hanging with friends, when I could have just been putting in work and getting better very easily. And I wish I did it then, but we'll see. I think you guys can do it now.
So you would tell them to believe in their dreams and keep going after them?
Yeah, exactly. It's simple as that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where if I could tell my younger self something, it would be to study the game a lot. I think having a good soccer mind or a soccer IQ, a lot of people talk about it, is it's a big part of kind of your development in terms of you understanding what to do on the field and where to be. And then like Sean said, I think the grind about it all and putting in the work and the combining of the two is would obviously help you a big time.
Very good. We've got Thomas Nardella from the Floral Park Wolfpack. Any superstitions before a game?
I don't have any superstitions. Like I said earlier, I just have a little bit of a routine. You know, I think I get up in the morning. I got a dog, so I walk him around the block. Try to take him out for a nice morning walk. This way I can get my legs out under me early in the morning, and then come back, make a nice breakfast, coffee. Usually at the time, I'm pretty fortunate. There's sports on Saturdays or Sundays, so I'm able to watch that to kill some time before the game, and then just hydrating a lot and taking care of my body that day.
Yeah, no superstitions here either. I say just in the morning, I'll stretch a little bit, maybe just loosen the body up, and then just have a big breakfast, like Tim said, and just get ready for the game, mentally prepare, mentally visualize sometimes, and then just get ready for the game.
Okay, from Nick in the Manaville Soccer Club. Nick is 14 years old. So what's your thought on player development being so position focused? Do you think players should be developing in different positions?
Nick, that's a pretty good question. I'd say yeah. I think you should be able to develop in different positions. I think there comes a time when maybe you should stick to one position so that you can learn it and properly focus in on what you need to do to be good at that position. But I think when you're growing up, it's good to try different positions. It gives you a different outlook on the game if you're trying all different positions.
Yeah, I would agree. Just playing different positions keeps you versatile, diversifies everything you need to do, and helps you understand the game a little more. So I would agree just to change up positions every once in a while, especially at a young age.
Yep, very good. We've got Zach, 15 years old from Alberton. Do you guys have special diets?
Yeah, no junk food, no ice cream, no candy, no chocolate. No, no. I think I don't think we have special diets. I think there's things that when you get to being a professional, I think part of being a professional is taking care of your body. So feeding yourself special things that are going to help you perform. So you can read a lot of articles about superfoods and stuff like that, but I think it's just about what you can eat to make you perform well and make your body feel good, which obviously isn't the fast foods, the sodas, the chocolate, right, and the junk food.
Yeah, I think it's just being smart with what you eat. You could look up anything online now to see what you need, what nutrition's the best to perform at your best, and I think it's just being smart, as I've said, and as Tim says, staying away from the unhealthy food, the fast food, and the sugar.
So, Tim, what would be your pregame meal then? You've got 7 o'clock game, so when would you eat? What would you eat?
Yeah, so I try to eat like ideally I'd say we try to eat twice before the game. So like I said, I'll wake up, I'll make like a nice omelet in the morning with maybe like a piece or two of bacon. Usually I'll throw in that omelet like some vegetables, some peppers, some onions. I kind of keep it pretty easy, simple. And then I'll try to eat like a sandwich before the game, something kind of light, and I try to eat that around like, if our game's at 7 o'clock, I'll try to eat that around 2. This way it gives my body plenty of time to digest it. And then I try not to eat until obviously after the game, which is, it's a kind of a long time, but for me, it just helps me to, I feel light around game time and I feel ready to go.
Right. Sean?
Yeah, for a later game, I would say I'd have some eggs in the morning with some fruit, maybe some oatmeal, coffee, but just staying hydrated throughout the day. And then maybe having just a later lunch, some pasta, some more fruit, some carbs, and then just wait until after the game to replenish.
Right. Okay, we've got a couple more questions. What is your favorite Long Island beach? From Leo Becker.
Tobay. Tobay.
Yeah, I was a lifeguard at Tobay.
Both Tobay?
Yeah, I would say
Yes,
toe band.
sir.
All right, very good. I'm in junior high school, and I would like to know when I should be contacting college coaches about recruitment and what is the best way to do so. From Justin Linares.
Yeah, I would say, Justin, it's a pretty good time. I'd say if you're a junior now, it's a pretty good time to kind of start reaching out. You could reach out to them via email, get a couple of schools that you'd be interested in going to, with majors that you'd be interested in studying while you're there. And you can reach out to them via email. I think you can go on their website and find the coach's email and just say like, hey, Coach Mazer, my name's Justin. I'll be playing at Jefferson Cup. I play for Hicksville Soccer Club. My games are this day, this day, this day, this time, this time, this time. And hopefully they respond back and can watch you play. And if not, then you try again.
Yeah, and I'd agree with that. Just it's as simple as that. Just you got to put in the time to do it, and just look up the coach's email, research a little bit, see if the school fits your needs, and hopefully you get where you want to go.
Very good, guys. That's the last question that we have. I want to thank both of you, Sean and Tim, for joining us tonight and giving us your time, and obviously all of the attendees, for their questions. Wish both of you the best of luck this season. For everyone out there that's listening, please keep an eye open for some additional webinars that we're going to have coming up as part of our Soccer Home initiatives. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Tim or Sean, if you guys have anything to add, please feel free.
Yeah, obviously, I think just thank you guys for tuning in, listening to us, asking the questions. Hopefully, when all this is said and done, we'll be able to come back to Long Island and to say hi to some of you guys at something kind of at a proper thing.
Yeah, thank you for having us. Hopefully you guys learned some lessons, and hopefully we'll all be back soon.
Thanks a lot, guys. Everybody, please stay safe and healthy and enjoy the rest of the night. Thanks, guys.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.